Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about when is the right time to quit your job to pursue your side hustle full time, whether you are an Etsy seller, maybe you have your own small business. If you're thinking of quitting, don't do so until you watch this video all the way till the end. Now, if this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel and you want to learn how to grow an impactful online business, don't forget to subscribe today. I do upload weekly videos to help you. And also don't forget to show me some love by liking this video and leave your comments below whether you have quit your job. What are some tips that you could offer for other people that are thinking of quitting their job? So let's go ahead and dive in. So before I talk about the different tips that I have, I want to make sure that I say that this is not set in stone for everyone, but for majority of people, it will help them have a safety net, and it really avoids unnecessary stress when you're trying to run your side hustle. So that's why I wanted to do these videos. There are people out there that they are in a weird situation or they're in a very stressful situation. They quit their job and it was like the best thing that happened to them. But for majority of people, the rule doesn't apply because they still have their family to take care of. They still have their monthly bills, and they still have their side hustle expense as well. So you do have to be able to think rational before you quit and think if this is the best decision for you as well as for your family before making the decision. So let's go ahead and talk about the different tips. Number one, I recommend that you have enough money flowing from your side hustle to cover 2 times your average monthly expense. You want to make sure that you have enough money before you quit. The last thing you want to do is quit your full-time job to work your side hustle, and then a month in, you are very stressed out because you have bill collectors calling you. You still have to take care of your family, and you still have your duty to pay bills. Plus, keep in mind, you will still have to pay Etsy bills, or if you're running a small business, other expenses for your business. So therefore, it just makes more sense to have enough money flowing from your side hustle before you quit. If you're only, if your expenses every month are $2,500 a month and your side hustle is only giving you $700 extra, which is amazing, but it's $700 extra, it doesn't make sense for you to quit your full-time job. If $700 is not going to cover all your expenses, you're going to be in the negative every month and you're going to get really stressed out quickly. In that situation, when you do get stressed out, you're not going to have the clarity to run your business successfully. You're not going to have the funds to potentially market your business or try different avenues or try different softwares because you don't simply make enough. So therefore, making sure that your side hustle makes 2 times your average monthly before quitting is a really great tip for everyone out there. Tip number 2 is you have an emergency fund to cover at least 12 months of expenses. This is really, really important. Emergencies come at a blink of an eye. It's just that fast. I shared with you guys a couple of weeks ago, my dog, she's a Dachshund and half Chihuahua, and she had a ruptured disc, and it was in the thousands, the medical bill. And that was pulled from our savings account. If I didn't have my savings account, we don't know how we would have paid for that bill. That's a lot of money to ask anyone or to ask family members. And this is why it's important to have at least 12 months of expenses, because you don't know what could happen, especially my situation with my husband also going through his difficulty with his health. And then we have the dog, we have a newborn, not a newborn, he's a toddler now. We have 2 dogs, that's more expenses there. So everything adds up. So making sure you have an emergency fund to cover at least 12 months of expenses. It's just a safety net. It's just going to make you feel better. just in case things don't work out like you thought it would be. And if they do, even better. That's great. That's just extra money that you have. So making sure that you have some type of emergency fund is really important nowadays. This one is, a really good way to think about it. Do you have the required education to excel in your side hustle and make a good living of it? Did you just hit a trend and maybe is, let's say, holiday season and you're making a lot of money, but after the holiday season, it drops and you don't make money for the next 5 months? You have to make sure that you understand your business in and out. You understand the good, the bad. You understand how you could potentially keep growing it year round. You understand you're going to have peak months and you're going to have the months that you're not going to make money. But you have to make sure that you understand that. You have to make sure that you have the required education to excel. Whether education could be anything. It could be just, do you have the ability to network with other people to grow your business? Do you know how to use social media to grow your business? Do you know how to run Facebook ads to continue growing it? It could be any type. However, you have to just make sure that you have a clear understanding that your side hustle is making this money on a continuous basis, and that you're not going to have, like, out of nowhere a drop of sales and now you're like, what happened? You should be able to figure out, okay, my side hustle is making me this much. This is my projection for the following 6 months. This is my projection for the following year. I'm really good. Now, things don't always work out how we plan them, and anything could happen. But having that information does help you be more confident when it's time to say, you know what? I'm done. I want to quit my job and do Etsy full time. Or I'm done. I want to quit my job and do my small business full time. But it will make you feel more at ease at that given moment. Now, this is another one. This is a big one. Do you trust yourself that you will put in the work to make your dreams happen and expect no get rich results? This is really important because I feel like many people, they might make money in the beginning and they think that they're just going to continue making money. And to be quite honest, in order for a business to grow, or in order for you to scale your business to the next level, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of motivation. It takes a lot of dedication. And when you work from home, you don't have a boss telling you what to do. You don't have co-workers asking you to help with the project. It's just you by yourself. So you have to be very, very honest with yourself and say, okay, am I willing to put in the work? Am I going to get up and work from 7 to 6 p.m. before my family gets home? Am I going to commit to it? Am I going to put in the time and energy it requires? Or am I going to be like, I'll do 3 hours a day and call it a day? You have to be honest with yourself. You also have to understand there's no such thing as get rich results. There are people out there that get very lucky. They create something and they make a lot of money. And that's a few, right? It's a few. It's not everyone. It's not including myself. It's not me. I wish it was me. So understanding there's no rich results. There's no quick to, if you do this, magically tomorrow you'll be a millionaire. So understanding that it takes years, it takes a lot of growing, a lot of failure, a lot of trying different things. You try this, that didn't work. You try that, that didn't work. You try this, that didn't work. You ask this person, what did they do? That didn't work. You keep going and you keep going and you keep going, and you do never stop. And that's the commitment you have to make to yourself. You have to commit to yourself and say, when I quit my job, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how tough it gets, I'm going to push myself. I'm going to take the classes I need to take. I'm going to sign up for the course that I need to take. I'm going to dedicate 12, 14, 16 hours a day to my business. I'm going to strategize. I'm going to do content marketing. I'm going to do social media. I'm going to talk to other like-minded individuals. I'm going to meet up with people that run businesses like myself to learn from them. Are you willing to commit and do everything and anything you need to do in order for your business not only to make you money, but be successful and continue growing year after year. Now, this is another big one. You have to realize when you quit, you will be working 14 hours days or more instead of 8 hours. I am a person that will tell you this. I have a full-time job and I have my full-time job at home. This is not a side hustle for me because I do it as a full-time. I literally work from home 14 hours or more sometimes. The weekends is when I milk it. That's when I work sometimes literally 16 hours. I take breaks in between, but the breaks are very minimal. And the breaks are because I want to spend time with my son, with my family, and other things I have to do. However, I spend a lot of time. I stay up late. I wake up early. I do a lot of stuff around my family schedule in order to get my work done. Are you willing to do that? When you work from home, it's no longer, you clock in, you Google stuff for 3 hours. You start work at, 3 hours in, and you leave and you get paid for 8 hours, even though you did 5 hours of work. When you work from home, whatever you put in, that's what you get. It's that simple. Whatever you put in. If you put in an hour, that's what you get. If you put in 16 hours, that's how much more you will get. But you have to make sure you have really clear expectations. I know for me, when I originally wanted to quit my job, I remember asking one of my mentors and good friends, Zach Johnson. He's a blogger, affiliate marketer, and much more. It's amazing if you guys Google him. And I remember asking him, hey, I want to quit my job. Do you recommend, or what tips do you recommend, or just getting advice from him? And he told me, make sure you have enough money flowing, make sure you have emergency fund. And at that moment when he told me that, I felt like, because I thought he was going to tell me, yes, go ahead, quit, go after your dream. You only live once. That's what I was expecting from him. I was expecting him to just tell me to just quit and just full blown go ahead after my dream. But he gave me the opposite. He gave me the tips that I'm giving you today. And at that given moment, I wasn't as receptive. I wasn't like excited about what he told me because I was in a different mood. I was in the mood of saying, hey, I want to quit because I want to pursue my career full-time, like full-time. I want to commit to it. But to be quite honest, the advice that he gave me was the best advice. I did get advice from other people, and majority of them did recommend for me to quit and to go ahead and do full-time, my career or my business full-time. But then the more I thought about it, to be quite honest with you, the more I thought about starting a family and other expenses, it just wasn't in the right place for me at that moment, especially with everything we have going on personally that I won't share on this video, but it's a lot. So after thinking it through, I was very, very thankful that he gave me that advice. Because it was very, it was a really good advice. It's advice that you give to someone that you care about. It's advice that I probably will give to my own son one day. So therefore, this is not saying that you won't be able to quit. This is not saying that you shouldn't quit your job. This is not saying that that everyone should follow this formula. I think that majority of people would need a formula like this in order to be at ease, in order to quit and not feel the stress that bills and sudden expenses do come in. Having financial obligations and having financial stress is really, really bad for you. I know people that work and they still have a lot of stress with financials. So therefore, not being able to provide back for your family or pay your bills and quitting to follow a dream that you think is going to happen and it doesn't happen at that given moment doesn't mean it won't happen. But maybe it doesn't grow as you thought it would be. And then now you're behind all your bills and now you have bad credit, or now you lost your car, or you don't want to go through that unnecessary stress. So being able to say, okay, every month I'm going to take some money and just calculate how much do you need for the next 12 months to pay all your expenses twice. How much am I making in my business? If I quit, with the money I make from my side hustle, can I pay my monthly bills with that? And then also calculate an emergency fund to cover you for the next 12 months in case your business goes down. Like, let's say you can't make, you 1 month you make 3,000 and next month you make 500, then you have your funds that you could pull from to pay your bills, because it will happen. It happens to everyone. It has happened to me. So therefore, being able to plan it out, being able to be very rational with yourself and say, okay, this is the situation, this is where I'm at, this is how much I owe, these are all my bills, let me calculate it, and just being dedicated for a whole year and saving money and saving money and saving money and putting that away for that day that you say, okay, I'm ready to quit now. You're going to be so much in a better place. You're going to be able to think with clarity. You're going to be able to be happy because you have enough money to pay your bills. You have enough money for emergency fund, and you might have even enough money to start promoting yourself or doing other things that otherwise you wouldn't be able to experiment or try if you had just quit without having a safety net. So that's all I'm saying. Now, for some people, it is better for them to quit. And for some people, they quit and they are making a killing. But you have to judge it yourself. Everybody's situation is different. Some people don't have a family or the additional expenses, and they still, work, live from home. So to them, it's a little bit easier. Some have the support of their husbands, and their husband could pay for everything, or their wife could pay for everything, or they have saved enough money that they could go ahead and quit. It just depends on the situation. I just advise everyone to just think about the situation, be honest with yourself, and say, okay, can I really commit full time without having additional stress? Or can I just wait another year, save up money, and then commit full time? And just be honest with your own self. It doesn't stop you from working. It doesn't stop you from the side hustle. If you really, really want it, you are going to work for it no matter what. Whether you have a full-time job or whether you don't have a full-time job, if you want it, make it, and you want your dreams to come true, and you want to achieve so many things, you will make it happen as a woman, as a man, as a mom. It doesn't matter. You will make it happen. So these are my tips for today. I hope that you found this video valuable. Let me know in the comment section if you guys have any tips on how you quit, or if you're thinking of quitting, or any questions you may have about this topic. Leave them below. And thank you guys for watching.